Well, why do I like spices? Why do nutritionists suddenly focus on herbs and spices? Very simply, they're packed with nutrients for very few kilojoules or calories. They're what we call nutrient-dense foods. You get lots of vitamins, fibre, minerals in them. As you'll see today, you very high content of antioxidants or phytonutrients. Phyto means plant, which will probably end up being, we'll soon have recommended intakes for these the way we do vitamins and minerals. They have many medicinal ingredients, and this has always fascinated me, the healing powers of some of the herbs and spices. And of course, we're querying today whether they could have status as superfoods, which are all the rage at the moment in nutrition. Now, as a nutritionist, I'm really interested in them because they help Australians cut down on too much salt and too much sugar without any loss, without any suffering. You can still get a great flavour hit, you can get plenty of heat, but you can use less salt. So let's just have a quick look at some of the better known antioxidants. I can't possibly cover all of them because there are thousands of them, but these are the most frequently mentioned ones and the ones that you'll see talked about the most. Vitamin C. So what you see here is that some of the vitamins function as antioxidants. Vitamin E from fat-soluble foods, beta-carotene, which is converted to vitamin A in the body, selenium, which is found particularly in Brazil nuts, and things like zinc. Now, when you buy a supplement from the health food shop or the pharmacy, you'll see many of these in it. But it's interesting, the supplement studies haven't actually ended up giving us the good results we hope for. High doses of these purified supplements don't seem to prevent or reverse many health conditions like lung cancer, for instance. But it doesn't mean that a high antioxidant diet isn't important. It just means you probably need to get them from food and the network of antioxidants that food provides. Carotenoids, one big group of antioxidants or phytochemicals. There's 500 or 600 of these. There's not just one, there's hundreds of these. This is why it's so hard to define them and isolate them and put them in a pill bottle. These are responsible for the colour of spices and fruit and vegetables. Paprika, for example, and chilli, very important for the carotenoids. But you find them in all yellow and orange fruit and vegetables. And as I said, it's converted to vitamin A in the body. Some of these are, some aren't. Another big group, flavonoids. And again, you'll hear lots of talk about these. There's over 2,000 of these guys, heaps of them. They're in red wine and in tea, and they add flavour and astringency. If your mouth puckers when you have a cup of tea that's too strong, it's probably the flavonoids or the polyphenols. You'll hear that term bandied about as well. And they're in all fruit and vegetables, but particularly in spices and herbs, in green and black tea, onions and apples. A lot of the early studies that came out of the Netherlands identified onions, apples and tea, black tea, regular tea, as being very high in the flavonoids. But there's small amounts everywhere. The third group I'm going to talk about, anthocyanins. Now, these are red and blue and purple pigments in all those fruit and vegetables that you see. Interestingly, they're the blue colour of many flowers, of delphiniums, of fuchsia, of roses. And their job is, they're attractants. They're meant to attract bees and pollinators so that nature goes on in life. 300 of these guys. So they attract bees and pollinators. I've already said that. They have a mild antibacterial effect. Think of the studies on cranberries and urinary tract infection. Some of them, like blueberries, may improve vision and help with mental performance. The berries are particularly strong.